What if I told you the price you pay for gas isn't just about supply and demand? What if it's shaped by decisions made behind closed doors by corporations more powerful than some governments? From influencing wars to shaping entire economies, the oil industry has quietly become one of the most powerful forces on earth. And today, we are pulling back the curtain. Oil isn't just fuel, it's the backbone of modern civilization. Every time you drive your car, fly on a plane, or even order something online, you are relying on oil. But here's the key point. Control oil and you control economies. Countries with large oil reserves often hold massive geopolitical influence, and companies that extract and distribute oil sit at the center of it all. In fact, some oil corporations generate more revenue than entire nations' GDPs. This isn't just business, this is power. To understand today's influence, we need to go back. In the late 1800s, one man, John D. Rockefeller, built Standard Oil. At its peak, it controlled about 90% of US oil refining. That level of dominance was so extreme, the US government had to break it up under antitrust laws. But here's the twist. That breakup didn't destroy oil power, it multiplied it. From Standard Oil came companies you still recognize today, like ExxonMobil and Chevron. Fast forward to today, a handful of oil giants, often called Big Oil, continue to dominate global energy markets. Now, let's get into the controversial part. Oil companies don't just operate in the economy, they operate in politics. In the United States alone, energy companies spend millions of dollars every year in lobbying. Lobbying means influencing laws and policies legally, but critics argue it goes much deeper. Think about this. Policies on climate change, fuel regulations, and pipeline approvals all directly impact oil profits. So naturally, oil companies have a strong incentive to shape those decisions. There have been multiple reports over the years suggesting that some companies funded campaigns to downplay climate science. And while companies deny wrongdoing, the pattern raises serious questions. Because when profit and policy collide, who really wins? Oil's influence doesn't stop at politics, it extends to global conflicts. Many historians argue that access to oil has played a role in major geopolitical decisions. The Middle East, for example, holds some of the world's largest oil reserves, and for decades it has been at the center of global tension. Now, to be clear, wars are never caused by just one factor, but oil has often been a strategic priority. Securing supply routes, protecting reserves, and maintaining global dominance are all part of the equation. And behind the scenes, energy interests are often deeply involved. Ever noticed how gas prices can suddenly spike? It's not always random. Oil prices are influenced by a complex web of factors, including supply cuts, global demand, political instability, and decisions by groups like OPEC. But here's where it gets interesting. Large corporations and oil-producing nations can influence supply levels, and when supply drops, prices rise. For everyday people, that means higher costs, but for producers, it can mean massive profits. Now, the world is shifting. Renewable energy like solar and wind is growing fast. But here's the tension. A transition away from oil threatens one of the most powerful industries in history. Critics argue that oil companies at times slowed the transition to clean energy. Some reports suggest investments in renewables were delayed or overshadowed by continued fossil fuel expansion. On the other hand, oil companies claim they are adapting, investing billions into cleaner technologies. So, which is it, progress or delay? The answer might be somewhere in between. Here's the uncomfortable truth. We criticize oil companies, but we also depend on them. Entire economies are built around oil. Millions of jobs rely on it, and even today, alternatives aren't yet capable of fully replacing it. This creates a difficult situation. Reduce oil too quickly and you risk economic disruption. Maintain oil dependence and you face environmental impact. It's a balancing act with no easy solution. So, does the oil industry have hidden power? Yes, but it's not entirely hidden. It's built into the very systems that keep our world running. From the cars we drive to the policies governments pass, oil is everywhere. The real question isn't just about power, it's about accountability. As the world moves toward a new energy future, who will shape it? Governments, corporations, or the people? Because one thing is certain, the next chapter of energy may decide the future of our planet.